Welcome to the Tucson Tasty Show, the tastiest show in Tucson. I am your host, Wesley Source, here with Pastor John McLean of Veteran Rescue Mission.
Yep, that's me.
How you doing, John?
I am blessed and highly favored. Every week I get to come into this radio studio with you, one, and two, I get to eat delicious food. That's what we do.
Great combination.
That's what we
right?
do.
Yeah.
Can you believe that? Like, people actually, we actually get paid, and for a living, we eat food and talk on the radio. Is that even possible?
Somebody's gotta do
That's
it.
a joke, right? Is that a knock-knock joke?
Who's there? The Tucson Tasty
The
Show?
Tucson Tasty. The Tucson Tasty Show.
The Tucson Tasty Show. We have a very special guest here in studio with us today. We have Ron from Pitcher Rocks Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing.
Hey there.
How you doing, Ron?
Good.
The
I'm
coolest
doing
guy
good.
in Tucson.
The coolest.
Keeping you cool.
Coolest
Coming
guy in
along.
Tucson. I love that. Is
Yeah.
that your tagline?
No, that I made that up for him.
Yeah.
Just now.
He hasn't
Just
really
now.
assumed it yet. He's too humble, but I'm going to keep saying it.
How can we get a hold of you?
You can give us a call at 440-4069 or picturerockscooling.com.
And you only work in Pitcher Rocks?
No. We work all over Tucson and the surrounding areas.
Outstanding. So you'll come out to my house and take care of my
Anytime.
AC.
Yeah.
I live in South Vale,
Yeah.
out there in the middle of nowhere.
We're out in Vail all the time.
I have fights going on with bobcats and my chickens. It's great. You should come and check it
That's
out.
his specialty, actually, is fighting off bobcats and chicken as
Yeah.
he's fixing air conditioning.
That's right.
And
Yeah.
pack rats, but we'll skip the pack rat today. No. But today in studio we have Cornelius, the owner of CP's Wings. Welcome to the Tucson Tasty Show. How are you doing today?
I'm great, man. Thank you. Thanks for having me.
It's a pleasure to have you. And tell us a little bit about you.
So, Cornelius, Air Force veteran.
Nice. Thank you for your service, brother.
Yes, served in from 2003 to 2008.
Just
Um,
all around us, everywhere we're going today, Air Force vets. Huh?
I wanted to outnumber you as much as possible.
I guess so. You win. All right. I won't make those Air Force jokes anymore. Okay.
What service were you?
You ran off
I
with
was
all
Army.
the crayons.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
I just want to say that you did pick up all the crayons and take off with them. So
Well,
I mean,
just
there was
the
like
grape
a
flavored
dozen.
ones. What are you talking about?
He came over and sat down in a chair and was like, "This is how you guys introduce each other, right?" And then he went over and grabbed all the crayons off the table. And I was like, "At least we don't. Never mind.
Yeah,
We'll leave that
For
there."
sure. So yeah, but it's about you, Cornelius. Please.
Okay. Now, I was gonna be in the army. I was gonna try out for the army, but my ASVAB score was too high. They said I had to.
Yeah, absolutely. I got it for sure. That's absolutely a fact. I always tell people, particularly when I meet Air Force and Navy people, I always tell them, if I were smarter, I would have joined the Air Force or the Navy. But I tested into the Army, so here I am. Yeah,
so-
for sure.
It happened. No, actually, to be
You're
honest,
smarter than that. Stop it.
my dad was also a Navy veteran.
Okay,
Or he
nice.
retired, but his thing was, hey, if you're gonna do it, Air Force all the way. Air Force all the way. So that's
My dad
sure.
told
what
me
I
the
ended
same
up doing.
thing.
Yeah,
And my
if I
grandfather.
had it to do over again, especially if my kids, if they decide to join the military, I'll be trying to point them toward Air Force. My parents, they were military intelligence officers, so they convinced me since a little child that actually Air Force, Navy, Marines, Coast Guard, all those were branches of the Army.
Mhm.
So all I thought there was the Army.
I got you.
Yeah. So here we go.
Well, special thank you to our sponsors, Kiki Rogers with Country Financial Insurance, Vera Earl Premium Beef, that's vepremiumbeef.com, ERC Junction, and again, that's ercjunction.com, Veteran Rescue Mission, Pitcher Rocks, Cooling, Heating, Plumbing, Bella's Gelato, and of course, Barbecue Rush. All right, so let's get into this a little bit, Cornelius. So you've got a food truck.
That's right.
And it's the talk of the town. I've literally been, I have 4 or 5 different groups that I orbit around, and every
Literally.
single one of them.
He just walks around them everywhere.
I gotta see who's in there first and see if I want to talk to
Yeah.
them. No, but and every single one of them, somebody from that group has said, "Hey, have you had Cornelius on your show yet?" And I said, "No, I haven't." And I need to, and he's so busy. And thank you so much for sacrificing whatever time or whatever you did to sacrifice to be here today, because you're gonna be even more busy now.
That's true. No, I've been planning for this, so we had to take time off for this. For
I
sure.
had to schedule you out like a month and a half in advance.
He's the man.
That's a
what
good
can you
problem,
do?
though.
He's a
Yeah.
victim of his own success.
Hey,
you know?
hey.
What can you do?
Why is everybody talking about CP's Wings?
So To be completely honest, they're the best in the world, man.
Okay.
It is what it is.
Okay.
Humbly,
Okay.
humbly
Yeah.
said.
Say it with your chest.
Hey,
Say it with your whole
hey.
entire chest.
No, I started this recipe over 10 years ago now.
Wow.
Yeah, my son and my daughter. My daughter likes the spice. My son doesn't like the spice. He's the barbecue guy.
Yeah.
So we, I grew up in Memphis, Tennessee, and it's all about barbecue and wings and things
Yeah.
like that. And the way that they do it is, you get one flavor and you master that flavor, and that's what you sell out of your store. You got your Kelvins, you got your Debo's, you got your Crumpies, but you go in and get the one flavor.
Yep.
So long story short, long story long, the way it started was putting together a flavor just for the kids, something that they both could enjoy, something that wasn't too spicy but wasn't bland, it wasn't just sweet. And so I started putting this together and making the chicken. I kind of modeled the way I make my chicken after my dad, the way he fries his chicken. So I used that a little bit, but then kind of added my own little spice, and then the sauce, man. And it started out a little different. Now it's, like I said, it's more perfected after 10 years, right? But
So I was going to brag on you a little bit here with the next question. And so your recipe is so incredible, but you already told us that it's the best in the world.
It would have to
I
be.
can't wait to try it, actually. I'm really excited about it. But I'm told that you're having it patented. And tell us more about that. I mean, that's got to be something that's something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It sounds. I mean, the process sounds complicated. I mean, it almost would. I mean, when I think of the idea of patenting a sauce, it would be almost like someone telling me, "Make a spaceship." I'm like, oh, okay. Yeah, I don't know how to do that. But yeah, you explain it to us.
I'm
sure
sure
you
it's
make
an
it seem a lot
interesting
simpler.
Well,
process.
the process is long. It's expensive, but I'm going with a team, like a group that's helping me go through the process.
Nice.
You just
Okay.
write it out, exactly what you do from start to finish.
Right.
Ingredients can kind of be similar to other things, but your process is what you're patenting.
Okay.
And I also wanted to patent it because, like, if you go into your typical wing places, you've got all the different sauces, but they're pretty generic, right? You got your buffalo, barbecue,
Right.
lemon pepper, but it's like a generic flavors, right? I don't want CP. If you want CP's wing sauce, you have to come to CP's wings. to
Okay.
get it.
That's awesome.
So that's kind of the idea with the patent there. But yeah, it's been a process. We're still in that process, but it's happening.
Nice.
Awesome. No opioids, though, right? I mean, you're not going to try to get us addicted to the barbecue sauce.
No, not.
Oh, good,
no,
good,
no.
good.
It's just
Just
all
with good flavor.
all
So,
good.
so you
fresh
want people to
grown
crave it and have to come and find you.
That's
How
right.
how do people find you?
So the way to find me right now is through social media, best way. Or if you
Mhm.
see me passing by, ask me where I'm going. Instagram is a big one for me. CPS_wings
Okay.
at Instagram, and Facebook as well. You can find me there, or just give me a call and say, hey, where you at today? 520-282-3383.
Outstanding.
Say that number one more time.
520-282-3383.
A question that kind of comes to mind that I want to touch on is like, what's the history been like so far? What are some of the success stories that CP's Wings had up to this point?
Man,
I know it's a curveball a little bit.
it
but,
is a little
yeah,
curve.
Yeah.
Success stories. I mean, the whole process has been a success story. I started the business back in 2019.
Mm-hmm.
That's when the LLC came, right?
Mm-hmm.
But then COVID happened, right?
Mm.
And I was right on the cusp of getting the truck up in Phoenix. And everything shut down. I was actually in school at the time, so we went to in the classroom or inside what's it called, the Zoom classrooms and all that stuff. And when we finally were let back outside again, the business that I was working with was gone. Yeah, the whole business, the whole thing. Thank God I didn't give him any money, but we had wrote out the schematics. We had everything ready to go, and then his business was gone, which I can't blame him. It probably was hard for him, but after that, trying to come back and get a truck was 3 times as hard. Right? It was super expensive. Everyone was getting trucks.
Yeah.
I didn't have, my money wasn't the same as it was before, so it took a while to get back built up to get back to this point where I'm at now. Right? So that's the success story in itself.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
that's the success story. Yeah, I
Yeah.
was looking for. I mean, I know for us, I mean, especially on our this show, Common Good Radio Show, that we will be playing right after this show, we talk about how the show was incepted out of COVID and just how many businesses, like how they made it through it, because A lot of them didn't, but the ones that did were some of the most resilient people in business that exists, because there was a level of resiliency that just was bred out of that. Just similar to like 2008. I think we've talked about that before, Ron. Yeah. So I'll let you have the
We're
mic
survivors.
The best rises to the top.
That's
right.
right.
No, I'm glad you did, because that's a testament to the Air Force training that I'm sure you got, because it showed you to stick with it, and there's not another branch that does that, right?
It's absolutely.
I'll leave it. You guys can have fun. So tell us about like your dreams, and like what's next for CP's Wings.
Yeah, so I was kind of talking about that outside. Yeah, so when I first started this whole thing, my thought was, best chicken wing fruit franchise like of all time. That's my goal, right? End goal. But moving from this point, I would love to get into Diamondback Stadium.
Okay,
I'd love to do that, and then from there go into other baseball stadiums. So that's the theme. It's all around baseball. This chicken is CP. He plays baseball, grew up playing baseball, and that's what we're trying to get into.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, I'm Pastor John. Wait, no, I'm Wesley Source, and I'm your host of the Tucson Tasty Show, the tastiest show in Tucson. We'll be right back. Here's some more from our sponsors: Kiki Rogers with Country Financial Insurance, Vera Earl Premium Beef, ERC Junction, Veteran Rescue Mission, as well as Pitcher Rocks, Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing. That's Ron right across from me here today, and Bella's Gelato, and Barbecue Rush, and just stay tasty, Tucson. Welcome back to the Tucson Tasty Show. I'm your host, Wesley Source, here with Pastor John McClain, and together we are the Tucson Tasty Show.
Yeah, it's like Captain Planet. With our powers combined, we are the Tucson Tasty Show.
We are.
Yeah.
We're here with Ron from Pitcher Rocks, Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing. I'm told he's the coolest guy in Tucson.
No question to ask. Hands down.
Hands down.
Absolutely. Yeah.
I'm so happy to be here, and I'm excited for these wings.
I am too. My mouth's watering.
Oh, yeah.
And I had a big lunch too.
I'm not. I'm just pretending like I care about what we're talking about right now, and I'm already in my mind eating the wings.
All right. Yeah. So now it's time for John's Tasty Bites, the place to expand your culinary horizon. And my favorite part of the show, I'm super excited that we get to try some of your amazing food, Cornelius. And so tell us what you brought us. What is the wing that you brought for us today?
So the wing I brought is the signature CP's chicken wing.
So of the CP, I just want to get this because this is one of those SVD moments. I understand that probably the C stands for Cornelius.
So, no, actually.
Interesting.
CP is the chicken.
Okay.
He's the baseball playing chicken that you see when you look at the truck. He grew up playing chicken, or playing baseball, I'm sorry. And no, the CP is actually it's my kid's initials. So
okay.
We brought it to them.
That's cool.
So they would have
That's
it.
cool.
Very good.
Awesome.
CP.
Awesome. Okay.
Fair enough.
Sorry, I'm really bad about that. But squirrel. Yeah.
So these are the this is what you should order the first time you go come and check it out.
This is the sauce. This is the flavor. It's sweet heat. CP's wings.
Sweet heat. All right, John.
Okay. So as I bite in them, these are your signature CP's wings with the signature CP's wing sauce.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
All right.
I think I'm ready. I'm just trying to really like breathe in the moment because I feel like
They smell
special.
amazing.
They do.
Yeah, they really
Just
do.
I can't
They really,
even-
and it, again, kind of like we were saying with Barbecue Rush's barbecue sauce. Like
Right.
they smell like their own thing. They look like their own thing. Like I've not smelt nor seen a wing that looked like this before. Yet it looks like,
And that's why
buffalo
we
wing.
have John's Tasty Bites.
Yeah, like I'm like a 7-year-old that's looking at it like, it looks crunchy and chewy and yum yum. But here we go, taking
All
a
right.
bite of CP's wings.
He's going in. He's biting the entire thing. I'm actually. This is exciting. Uh-oh. I I apologize,
All right.
everyone.
Oh man, so many different flavors all at the same time dancing together,
Yes.
playing
Oh
a
my.
song.
Yes.
It's a symphony
Yes,
of
it is.
flavor. Okay, so just to give a first sense, the quality of the chicken, top notch quality of chicken. The first thing you taste is kind of like really savory, real mild sauce, and then kind of a hint of aftertaste, a little bit sweet, but more zangy and tangy than sweet. But like I thought, just like the smell and like the look, uniquely its own thing.
Well said.
Yeah.
I just try to a bite because they just smell incredible, and I'm sorry for everybody that's not here to smell these and taste these, but I love you.
Delicious.
Hey, your wife's here.
Hey,
I'm sorry, Tina.
It's chicken love. It's not the other.
Yeah,
It's
that's
just-
completely platonic.
You can come
Between
over to my house
friends.
anytime you want. I have 4 grills and a smoker and an upright smoker and a charcoal grill. But
I'll be there with an apron on.
There you go.
Yeah. Hopefully not just an
Wow.
apron.
yeah, hopefully not.
Bells in an apron. I'll be there with bells on and an apron.
All right,
This is
your
incredible.
thoughts, Ron.
Oh man, it's incredible. I love the texture of it. I mean, it's cooked perfectly. The flavors are just they pop. You know, It just like you said. There's a mixture of flavors that just all go together. So it's fantastic. It's a great experience.
Awesome.
Is there
Awesome.
a certain type of chicken that you're using? Because I mean, there's got to be ways that you make it this good, but you've got to get the chicken from someplace special, right? I
Yeah.
mean, you get it from heaven.
Yeah,
I,
chicken heaven. Yeah, I've heard of this place.
I do call up to heaven to get it most of the time, but when I can't get it from there, I usually go down to either. I was getting it from Phoenix a lot
Mhm.
at the beginning because that was the only place I can get that quality chicken,
Right.
good sized chicken,
Mhm.
and
They're-
quality.
They're big too.
Yeah, they are.
But now Restaurant Depot does pretty well.
Okay.
With some of
Wow,
the chicken
yeah,
they get.
really?
Yeah, but not always. Sometimes I go in and I look at it, and if it's not that, I
Mhm.
assess it, and if it isn't, I have to take the drive up to Phoenix
Oh,
and get
wow.
it. But also Houghton Meat Market, they get good chicken over there as well.
Houghton
Okay.
Meat Market. I keep hearing about that
Yeah.
place too.
Yeah.
Houghton Meat Market again.
Yeah.
There it is.
Yep.
Another place we've got to get.
Was going through
Yeah,
them a
check it out.
lot at the beginning, and I still do. We still have a business relationship over there.
Okay,
So
good.
I can get chicken there too.
Nice.
I have never. I can honestly say that I have never had a wing that is this good. I'm pretty good with wings. What I do is I'll brine my wings. Do you brine your wings?
Yes. So I didn't realize I brined my wings.
Oh, okay.
So my thought when I was making my chicken was I did a dry rub, and I would use different spices and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
And I would dump it all in and lather it up and get it ready to go, and then toss it in a bag and
Mhm.
put it in the refrigerator. And someone said, "Oh, you brine it? Like, that's what that is?" Oh yeah, okay, I brine it. So yeah, I brine the chicken.
I'd call it marinating more
Yeah.
than, but brine. Yeah,
I guess
because
the brine is
you got
the
salt in there,
Yeah,
so
that's what it
Yeah.
is. It's the salt.
that's the exchange that's happening, and no, because with my smoked brisket that I do, I brine it with a bunch of seasoning, and it definitely changes the flavor profile because it builds it in. Because when you get that salt exchange, and it breaks down the proteins and the meat and makes it just tender. That's why it's so tender and it's so tasty. You're just it melts in your mouth, but you're bringing in all those spices into the meat as well because you can taste all those spices all the way through.
Yeah.
And I'm impressed.
Yeah, it's absolutely amazing. And I guess kind of like here's an offshoot question. Have you ever tried to make vegan wings?
Vegan? No. But I do have a cauliflower wing
Okay.
on the menu.
Okay.
I don't always bring it out only because, you know, it takes a lot to get the chicken ready on its own. So
Yeah.
to add another element is, it's a lot. But it's also on the menu, cauliflower wing. No vegan. I do gluten-free as well when it's, someone lets me know ahead of time, hey, we have someone that's gluten-free.
Right.
I'll
So
prepare
if
it
there's
that
an
way.
event that
Yes.
that needs it, then you know that you're going to be stocked for
Right.
it.
Have it ready.
So you do the fryers changed out, everything,
Fryers
so it's
cleaned
celiac
out,
friendly. That's
celiac
awesome.
friendly, yeah. And the different the batter that I use. Make
Okay.
sure there's nothing in there that can.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
It's so good.
Okay, I'll let Wesley enjoy the food, and we'll move on. Would you say does the sauce make the wing, or the wing make the sauce? Like what is it that is the primary component in making CP's wings so scrumdiddlyumptious?
Very good question. So honestly, it they go together.
Mm-hmm.
So like I was saying with the brine at the beginning, I season my batter that I use, the breading that's on there, and then also the sauce. Like all of it has to be going in order for it to be as good as it is. But the sauce is phenomenal. So the sauce kind of does need to be there. Some people order it without the sauce because they don't want any spice. But yeah, it's you need all three. I'm actually working on selling that sauce too. Working on getting that bottled and packaged up. So
Nice.
Well, if you want some help, we can help you with that. It might not make it to the market, but
Oh well, and you have some upcoming events?
yes, next week we have Tucson Meet Yourself starting.
Oh,
I've
yeah.
heard of such a thing.
Yeah, it's October 13th,
Yeah.
14th, and 15th. It should be amazing.
Nice.
But,
yeah, I just posted about it that earlier this week. Actually, it's like I knew you were coming on the show.
And at Tucson Meet Yourself, like what is your participation going to be in regards to that? And is there a particular place people can find you within it?
Yes, I'll be near the library.
Okay.
My participation will just be making wings, man.
Nice.
Yep,
Nice
cooking
making
wings.
And then you were saying earlier about how if people want to find out where you are, is there any like static places where they can find you monthly or like bi-weekly or weekly or anything like that?
Not so much. I am downtown a lot. Tuesdays and Thursdays, I get that a lot just because it's, they love it down there and I get a lot of requests. But usually that's how I make my rounds. If I get a request over here, then that next week I'm making calls to make sure that they have a spot for me.
Okay, good.
Amazon, just different places like that. Wherever I'm getting the phone call, where they're calling me, that's where I'll go.
Yeah.
That's where you're at.
Very good.
Nice. And so what would you say, I think we talked a little bit about kind of what's on the horizon, but what are like the big goals, big dreams, big next steps for CP's Wings?
More trucks.
More trucks.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's get them, get it everywhere.
Yeah.
CP's Wings all over the world. The best wings in the world.
That's
I
right.
want to build a restaurant around you and these
do it.
wings.
Let's do it.
Yeah, they're absolutely good. I mean, this for the first time, possibly since I've been a little kid, I'm eating hot wings without the ranch sauce.
Yeah,
No.
and that's the other thing. I did bring in some hot sauce to harass John, but
Yeah, you
I
did.
can't even taint these wings. They're so good.
Yeah,
there's
awesome.
no way that the sauce is going,
Yeah.
the hot sauce is going anywhere near any of it because it's perfect.
It's great.
Yeah.
That's great.
It's perfect. Unless you wanted to try some blueberry hot sauce on
I'm
there.
gonna try. I'll try it, but not on there. I'll put it on my finger.
I got a spoon for you.
Yeah, for sure. Well, Cornelius, thank you so much for joining
Yes,
us.
thank you.
brother.
Yeah.
Sure, thanks for having
They're
me.
terrific.
Cornelius with
Awesome.
CP's Wings. We also got Ron Arenas, the coolest man in Tucson with Picture Rocks Cooling, Heat, and Plumbing. Thank you for joining us
Thank
as well,
you.
brother.
It's always a
And,
pleasure.
thank you all for listening to these little tasty bites we have. Thank you so much for joining the Tucson Tasty Show. We'll be back with you next week with Chef Carl at the Arizona Bear Down Kitchen at 1:30 every Sunday right here on your radio dial and at KBOI.com. Thank you to our special guest, CP's Wings. Also, thank you to our sponsors, Kiki Rogers with Country Financial, Veteran Rescue Mission, Picture Rocks Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing, Bella's Gelato, and Barbecue Rush.